Welcome back to the channel. This is Super Temple brought to you by Azar Studios. The 2025-2026 season is upon us, and very soon we're going to banter and we're going to laugh those who believe saying that they are season to win the Premier League or the Champions League. Football Temple, of course, is brought to you by Azar Studios. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on all social media handle. Now, the Ballon d'Or list is out. 30 players, of course, have made the list, the nominees for the best men player of the year. According to the Ballon d'Or, now the players were picked following their fantastic form in the 2024-2025 season. Now, criteria include performance on the field of play, character, and of course, what they represent in the sport of football. And these 30 players have been announced by the Ballon d'Or French magazine. Of course, and out of these 30, the list will then be thrown down, and then we know who wins the award. Shakari Praise, of course, joins me alongside the Bishop as we look at the 30 players and other nominees in the Ballon d'Or. Do not forget that Nigeria's own Justine Madugu was also nominated alongside goalkeeper Chiamaka. Nnadozie was also nominated. But before we go to that category, guys, let's look at the 30 players that were nominated. Now, the usual suspect, Jude Bellingham, we all expected it, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Achraf Hakimi, a lot of them, you know, Dembele, Erling Haaland, Mo Salah, Rafinha, they were all nominated for the award. Now, your take first, also, on those 30 players, before we now go to some players that are in that award, and I want to ask myself, what did they do to deserve being on that list?
See, the truth remains, there will always be errors. You can't get 100%. One, because there will be that human error. And the fact that it's journalists, you know, like me and Shakari Praise, sitting down one place and said, oh, this guy's having a fantastic season, this guy should be there. So there will be discrepancies, there will be disagreement, but you have to form a list at the end of the day. But again, come on, man, I think 80% wise, I think the list was good. The likes of Salah, Rafinha, Pedri, because of his antecedents, but I don't think he had a great season enough to be in the top 30. Some other top players as well. And again, Scott McTominay seems to be the revelation of the year.
I think
why did talk that in the look me?
Yeah, because you let him go for £25 million if just over a year
ago. True. Imagine saying the guy did Man United for how many years? He don't even make top 100.
Top 300.
He can't go Napoli one season.
And
he don't make top 30.
He was the Serie A player
and there's no Manchester United player in the top 30.
Not even Bruno Fernandes.
I mean, now one of those things where they happen. We know, say players some players get potentials. It's just left for some managers. No, I'm saying that some players get potentials. It's just left for sometimes management, sometimes environment for you to, harness your potential.
So does not have a good environment to harness.
Maybe
Clarity was leaking now.
Yeah, the stadium was leaking.
It had nothing to do with him.
That's why he couldn't live up to Super Temple.
It had nothing to do with him.
The kind of football he played. Factor?
Yeah, we know how. You also consider the fact that when he made Man United, he play position we not really they familiar to. We know now Jose Mourinho and I make him that central big defensive midfielder we play. But going out there to Napoli, in can they play attacking wise, most of the times it be like saying even be the 0.9. Yeah. At some point it was looking like it was him and Romelu Lukaku that were playing up front. So a lot of my fans been already been already clamor for this guy not supposed to play when he play. But enough of all that. We not really talk about Scott McTominay and Man United or Napoli here.
But let's talk about the Ballon d'Or. But again, like I said, thank you for that your long epistle. But it remains that let's be realistic. Scott McTominay had a fantastic season.
He did.
Prior to the fact that he left Man United. Man United held him back.
They were holding him back.
They held him back. And when he went, he was unleashed. And look at him here in the top 30. He wouldn't have dreamt about this 2 years ago, even 3 years ago at Manchester United.
Top 30. Any surprise? No, we'll go the surprise very soon. But wait till your take.
No surprises there. I know go say that list they 80%. Make I say like 60% because you get many players go that list. We're not supposed to there. No, I go point. We'll go reach that. I go point those names. You get names we no get business there. You get names where I still wonder how they omitted names like that. Yeah. You get, like you said, the usual suspects. We know them. The likes of the Erling Haaland, Lamine Yamal, Ousmane Dembele. Most of those players are players who will fit sit down off the top of our head. We go just pick out, say, okay, these players then suppose this. But you get questions, you get big question marks with the inside of this. And I still don't understand. I know, say, like you said, now journalists, now French journalists, now they pick those lists. bias would definitely be inside. You get players as a journalist, if you just sit down and say you get this particular player when I like
because
just like this guy,
or
maybe the guy don't press small thing for you one time before or something, or you had an interview with the guy, he's a great lad, he had a great character or something. You just feel like this guy's personality is this or is that, and then you feel like maybe he's supposed to be inside that list. But by and large, lists like this, when things like this happen, a lot of times they don't really get it correctly. You get there's always question marks, you get disappointment and surprises and all of that. So
now let's go to the players. Some players that of course have made the list, and the question is how and why. Number one, Declan Rice.
Wow.
Now, despite Arsenal going trophyless for the 2024-2025 season, the Arsenal and England midfielder found a way to be in the Ballon d'Or top 30. And I asked myself, now because of 2 free kicks against Real Madrid, or is there something else Declan Rice did in terms of great numbers that we don't know about?
Now
you want to say?
I want to counter you.
Why is Declan Rice there?
He's a fantastic phenomenon.
In what way?
And I'll let you know why.
Who was Arsenal's best player?
Arguably, it was Declan Rice last season.
Ahead of Bukayo Saka.
Saka was a big part player. He was injured.
He was
majority of plays.
He was injured.
Yeah, he was.
So you mean that Declan Rice had a better season than Bukayo Saka?
Absolutely, all day long, every day. Consistency wise, he's been there. He's scoring goals when we needed him.
What consistency?
Come on.
Which consistency?
I will explain to you why.
Scoring what goals?
Let me speak to you. I'm here to educate. You see, when we had a game against Manchester United, who stepped up? Declan Rice. I remember that game at Old Trafford. We've had games where Declan Rice have popped up with late goals in the 90th minute. And apart from the goal scoring, which I think is not his even major duty, he's keeping his hold-up play, his pass accuracy, his delivery in set pieces. At some point, Arsenal was scoring every week with set pieces. Who was delivering those balls? It was Declan Rice.
What's Declan Rice's position?
And he was playing as a central or defensive midfielder.
He played mostly as a central midfielder.
Exactly.
Not a defensive midfielder.
Central or defensive. Whenever there's no Partey goes to the right back, he draws back. And either position, whether defensive or central, he had a phenomenal. And again, to cap it. Come on, for a CM. Not an attacking midfielder. That is astronomical.
That is not astronomical.
How many central midfielders has up to 11 goals in the Premier League?
Listen to me.
7? No, I not say 11 goals.
11 goal contributions.
I know.
Not.
How many central midfielders have got more than he has?
11 goal contributions.
How many Premier League? How many has got 11 more than 11?
Now, if one day get conversation now, you want to tell me say we go put Declan Rice here, we go put Moises Caicedo here, you go carry Declan Rice over my
with my eyes closed.
It's the same.
With my eyes closed.
Listen to the same Declan Rice way. You remember? I remember.
Was he consistent last season?
I remember there was a time last season that many Arsenal fans they talk say this guy know they justify the money they take.
No. Last season,
many Arsenal
they're watching the back of their television.
No, I know many Arsenal fans.
No, you can't say that. I'm as an analyst. See, Caicedo doesn't come close. Doesn't even scratch the
always say that.
The same Caicedo that boxed the entire party.
That was the Club Cup.
It's not the same.
I agree. But in the Premier League, Caicedo did not step up.
He did not.
He did not step up.
You cannot say that.
Oh yeah, he's one off. But the rest was far held and shoulder above him.
Let me tell you something.
Declan Rice don't
near. Declan Rice, boy with Declan Rice.
Caicedo in the top 30. How? What has he done?
You don't near him.
A big part player, played at right back sometimes. Come on, man.
In the top 30, so you have a Declan Rice.
Absolutely.
So he was Arsenal's best player.
Absolutely.
And he deserves to be there.
He should be there.
Because I'm still not convinced.
His duty as a central midfielder is to detect the play.
When did they play that quarterfinal?
Chances created, which he has done. Goals and assists are average.
Not a trophy.
When did they play that?
Not a trophy.
It is an individual award. What you have
including
played.
Your team performance.
What is individual performance? Let me be realistic. Declan Rice cannot play in all the positions.
When they play the quarterfinal
against Madrid.
Yes,
it was.
I think February. I think March.
March.
Now that time, Declan Rice wake up. Declan Rice.
He was awake. You were not watching. You were not seeing him
the entire season.
No, he was awake. You were not seeing him.
What are you telling me?
You were not seeing him.
I watch.
You were full of your troubles at Man United. They covered your eyes.
I will tell you for a fact that many Arsenal fans felt like Partey had a better season than Declan Rice. I know.
Partey after Partey.
Partey did have a better season.
Partey had a great season as well.
Listen to me.
Somebody Arsenal had great seasons.
Aside the central midfield position, where else can Declan Rice play? Where can he play?
Defensive central, that's all.
Apart from where else can he play?
Well, should he be playing everywhere?
You cannot.
So let's have this conversation.
Should he be playing everywhere?
So calm down.
Is he jack of all
trades? You cannot by any means.
Prior to that, 2 free kicks
what
against
did he play the entire season?
I think you brought back.
What did he play?
I brought you back to
from September.
Like 10 or 11 goals from set pieces.
From September to March, what did he do?
Who was our set piece specialist? Declan Rice. When it comes to hold on play,
Bukayo Saka
and creating
came back
chances,
from injury and
Declan
had a
Rice.
better season than Declan Rice.
Saka, come on, man.
Partey
Saka
had
always
a better
had-
season
Saka has
than
always had a
Declan
better.
Rice.
That's why I think he should
The
be
only
in this
thing
focus as
Declan
well.
Rice did last season was scoring 2 free kicks. That was the only thing he did last season.
Declan Rice inclusion in the Ballon d'Or is justified?
Justified.
It's not justified.
150%.
It's justified, guys. If you
It's
think
not
Declan
justified.
Rice, you know,
It's not
inclusion in
justified.
the Ballon d'Or is justified. For me, I don't.
No
think so.
trophy.
I see.
It's an individual award, not a team award.
What did
Now,
his
take away
individual
the
performance
Champions League performance
give to
Declan
his
Rice
club?
struggled.
What?
For
Wow.
me?
What
Now,
did
When
he
last did he get to the semi-finals?
What did
the Champions
his
League?
individual performance give to his club? What did
You know,
he
I even still think
A
Saka
player that was a
should be.
ghost
I don't think Saka should be in this
up
30 man,
until
but we'll get
April.
there. We'll get there.
a player that was a ghost up until
We
April?
will get there.
Well,
we
see, one thing is certain, and also,
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced. You said that he was the Arsenal's best player. Now,
Last
where do you
season,
leave
yeah.
Bukayo
That is
Saka?
your own opinion.
Saka was a big.
That
was
is your own
injured.
opinion.
What's Arsenal's
I don't have
player? What's
consistency.
Arsenal's
That
player?
is your own opinion.
I can't really fathom back in my head, but I know that Saka was off and on, and when he went
Saka wasn't off and on. Saka was injured.
That's what I'm saying. He was
Saka was
he was touch
injured.
and go, touch and
Well,
go.
let's leave the Declan Rice conversation. Now let's go to another player who was also involved, who was also named rather in the Ballon d'Or, and his name is Alexis Mac Allister of Argentina and Liverpool.
Shocking.
That blew me off. That I sit down and I said, God, what am I going? What has
You know, I almost.
bro? What has football turned into?
Is it because Argentina won the World Cup in 2022? Or did they build a house in France for the Ballon d'Or guys? Because what exactly is a player who does not even start? Who is not Liverpool's
A big bad
best 10 players, with all due respect,
Apologies.
makes it to the top 30 of the Ballon d'Or, and there is no place for a certain player like Ademola Lookman.
There isn't a
There is
Bruno
no
Fernandes.
place for Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes, 19 goals
There
last
is no
season.
place for a Victor Osimhen,
Sad.
who had the best season in Turkish league.
Yes. There's no
But there's a
place,
place for
for a
Alexis
Victor,
Mac Allister.
Bukayo Saka, even though he was half injured.
And I asked myself,
but a place for
what did
Mac
Mac Allister they do there?
See, let me sincere
I
with
wonder.
you. I don't have a good phone. Obviously, I'm still struggling with phones, but I almost smashed that bad phone as well. That was how bad it was. I asked myself, what 30 man and Mac Allister makes it in that slot? Dude, I would have picked some midfielders in Paris Saint-Germain.
Let me tell you,
Some midfielders in Paris Saint-Germain.
Let me
That
tell
played
you, they pick almost their
I know. I'm
captain
talking
squad.
about 9 out of 11.
Even-
I picked some from the bench who came and had impact.
Even-
Than Mac Allister.
even from that same Liverpool
sad.
even from that same Liverpool side,
There was a better
Gravenberch
captain.
had a
Gravenberch,
better season.
by far,
Gravenberch
season.
was fantastic. I know, say he scored a couple of goals, yeah. But what is Mac Allister? Where was Mac Allister the entire season?
even
Where
Pat-
was he?
I would have picked Partey ahead of
Now you
I would
put
pick
Mac Allister in that
Partey
list,
ahead of
and there's no Caicedo. How do you explain that?
Imagine. No
How do you
Caicedo.
explain that?
There's no Enzo
Endo
Fernandez.
Fernandez.
How do you explain that? There's no
Mac Allister.
Caicedo we will see for club. It was
Fantastic.
It was,
phenomenal.
if you ask me, the best player in the club.
I quite agree with you.
He was
Obama
the
touch and go as
best.
well, yes, I agree.
Now, what is Kopama doing in that list? What?
Another player.
What's
Maybe because of what happened. No, like I said, the guys seem to
So
know.
are we
No,
not saying
no,
no?
He has
What
to
did he
turn
have?
up
What?
on big
Now
games.
that's the question.
a player-
Why is Kopama on the Ballon
a
d'Or?
player-
Because he turns up on big games. Every time
How many big
he
games
turned up
did
in
he
the
turn up in?
semi-finals. He turned up in the finals and
bros,
won them the club.
so
of
that
bros.
means
in
if
the
you-
league,
bros,
we
with
turned
this-
up in some
We
crucial
did
games as
not
well.
turn up in the league
games.
because of saying him bend Donnarumma twice. Now I did. That's the only thing you can say. A player that was a ghost from December
How
to
many goals had he
March.
scored? Don't funny enough.
No goal contribution in 3 months.
Like I said, he had a blackout.
No goal in 3 months.
I agree, he had a blackout.
No, that's more than a blackout. That's more. That's over.
off light.
Bros, that's over one quarter of
But
the
before
season
then, he
now.
was on
In
fire.
3 months.
Before then, he was on fire.
But you can't go 3 months off. He wasn't injured.
No,
Nothing.
but his
He
play
did
was
not have
good,
a problem.
yes,
He
yeah.
did
It
not
happens- it
he
happens
did
to
not
the best
suffer
of
a
them.
breakup
He's a member-
whatsoever.
Must he-
Nothing.
Come on, must he have a breakup?
I'm
to have a
saying that he did not
Because
suffer a breakup.
It was a blockout.
He did not
I
lose
think,
anybody.
blackout. But the truth is, come on, for the fact that he turned up when they needed him most.
He just turned
They
up.
went-
He just turned up in one game because at
Semi-finals
some point he
and
been
finals.
at some point he can't
Sure,
look
he's
like
scored in the- I
say,
think he scored in the quarterfinals, in the semi-finals, and the final of the club.
up until the
Bang,
quarter.
bang, bang.
Up,
Give him his
up
flowers.
until the quarterfinals.
See, I don't have players. See, in not Kopama, you can have an argument for Kopama.
Yes,
That is why.
for
But for Callister, there is no argument.
let me also surprise
That's my
you.
problem.
Let me also surprise you. What is Vinicius Junior doing in that list? What's he doing there? 11 goals, 12 assists in the whole of La Liga.
Yeah,
No,
which is good. No,
It's
no.
not
No,
bad,
you-
it's not bad. For a winger,
let me
it's not
let-
bad.
let-
For a bad-
And this
in
guy-
La Liga.
This
And
guy-
racially
In La
abused.
Liga.
No, I
In La
think I
Liga.
excuse him.
No.
But this guy
No.
was in the top three
Vinicius.
last season.
He
Yeah,
was
it was-
Okay, he was in the top 3. What did you expect? What did you expect going forward?
Throw him out.
No, what do you expect going forward?
To throw him out.
No!
23 goals contribution in La Liga is not
No, that's not good enough.
What do you want? Men do 40.
Is it Haaland?
If you have 23 goal contributions, what of a certain Victor Osimhen that scored over 23 goals? Not just goal contribution, he scored over 23
But
goals.
quality of league.
A Bruno Fernandes
Quality of
that had 37 goal contributions last season. Finished 15th in the league.
Poor
Still,
performance.
take out Bruno Fernandes. Take out his impact in Man United.
they'll be relegated.
We know the club will be in
They'll be in
championship
championship.
next
They'll be in
season.
championship.
This season, we know they'll be contested for. So why is he not there? Why is he not there?
I agree with you, Bruno Fernandes, 1001%. I'm one of those who said when I look for Bruno, because as much as I call him Engineer Bruno, he knows how much I admire the guy. I think he's one of the players who's suffering. Thank you for all you've put him through pain. I think he's been to hell
It's
and
just
back.
really unfortunate.
Unfortunately, and he can even show vouchers. That's how bad man have. No disrespect. That's how bad man have thrown him under the bus. But come on, man, you can't take out Bruno Fernandes. For club and country, he stood out. He won the Nations League, and he played in all the games of the Champions Europa League.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't take. I don't. Like I said, I don't know who does it. Probably Bruno Fernandes was stingy enough not to give this journalist something to take up. Maybe when they called him and he did not really reply, because I don't know
so
how.
These are not Nigerian journalists. We're not no shades on Nigerian journalists. No shades. Apologies, of course. That was not meant to say. But we must say the Ballon d'Or list looks good. Aside maybe a couple of players like rightly mentioned, Alexis Mac Allister has no place on that list as far as I'm concerned.
Sad.
I don't. Well, I can't excuse Kopama because I can't excuse because of the fantastic Club World Cup and then leading Chelsea also to the Conference League. It's quite excusable.
He did not lead Chelsea.
No, he started from the knockout phase.
So
yeah,
did he lead them?
When it matters,
did he lead them?
because in the final he got 2 assists when Chelsea were down.
Exactly.
So you cannot take it away. But
So it's just.
But Declan Rice because he scored 2 against Real Madrid.
No, right. This guy,
Declan Rice.
I
will have this argument all the days of my life.
Please, let me see. We keep arguing out.
The Ballon d'Or is funny. This is why it's funny.
Why is it funny?
Then you bring Botafogo as the club of the year.
Yes, one of clubs of.
But there's not a single player from Botafogo.
What's he doing there?
Who made Botafogo the club
Not
of the
even
year?
not even Igor Jesus.
Now, the question is, so who made Botafogo the club of the year? Did they suddenly become the club of the year without players of the year? See, it's
not palatable.
The Ballon d'Or looks like
It's crazy.
some people just sat down and then let's go to other awards quickly. Our club of the year, since we are talking about the club of the year, we've got Chelsea, Liverpool, Botafogo, Paris Saint-Germain, and of course, who was the last
Liverpool?
team? Liverpool.
Barca.
And Barcelona,
Barcelona,
of course, the 5 teams.
One winner already. It has to be Paris Saint-Germain.
I don't. Now, this is why. Do I think it should be Paris Saint-Germain?
They want to find out everything 1, 3 out of 4. Or 1, 4 out of 5. Come on, man. Give them the. Right now, I think the flowers in the whole country should be handed to.
But I was stuck by a certain team.
By Chelsea.
Exactly.
Chelsea, I know pushovers.
That was the only tournament they were in. They did.
That's the only
they did
and they got to the final.
That was the only tournament they
and
were in.
before the final, everybody thought they would win.
So Paris Saint-Germain for
Paris Saint-Germain all day long, every day of the week and twice.
Has to be. I know say some persons go they reason Chelsea based on Conference League and
every Chelsea fans will not take it.
No, many Chelsea. Why
they will give them. They will tell them no. Please give it back to Paris Saint-Germain. The gap is a gulf. They forget about the victory. You know, there's a gulf in quality in both teams.
Well, for the coach of the coach of the year, any surprising?
And notice about Luis. Luis. He can't be the coach of the club, but not be the coach.
Yeah.
So he redefined football with Paris Saint-Germain. I know. See, he got an off day, but unfortunately, PSG picked the wrongest of day to have an off day in the finals because he could do that in the league and then escape. But he did that in the final. Chelsea blew them away. But come on, from what he has done from that team, from where they were. With Lionel Messi, Ibrahimovic, what they are right now.
The kind of players they had.
Absolutely. The way they press, the gang pressing, the psychological.
He literally overhauled that team. He scattered the
team. It's Enrique's team.
Brought in his own players.
Well, let's go to what concerns us. And that's, of course, Nigerians, where our own goalkeeper, Chiamaka, Nnadozie, OON. Don't forget to add that title. If I make mistake, Ballon d'Or made mistake, I beg your pardon. When they wrote a name, it was important for them to have added OON at the end of it. Now, Chiamaka Nnadozie, of course, was nominated as for the Yasin Trophy for the female category as the best goalkeeper alongside Anne-Catherine Berger, of course, Kata Cole, Anna Hampton, and Davin Van Domsela.
Please, can we put a round of applause for Chiamaka at least? Come on, together, come on. We just have to. Fantastic goalkeeper.
Thank you.
See, win or no win, she's a winner. She's no, but my last
she's won enough already this calendar year.
I think this is a year for Barbara Banda. She was the only lady as well.
Rachel Kunaji.
Kunaji was also there.
Yeah, she was there.
Also, there's the two of them, Zambia, the two powerhouse that we took to the cleaners. And
took apart.
But unfortunately, that's how life is. But for Chiamaka, what a player, you know.
What a year
she's had. She kept 15 clean sheets in 31 games. She won the
17 clean
17, right? 17, I'm mistaken. She won the Paris Cup
de France.
Beating one of the top teams in France, you know. She won the WAFCON, keeping 3 sheets, winning the goalkeeper of the tournament, named in the team of the tournament, and got home with over $100,000.
$150,000, please.
Okay, 50.
No, $100,000.
$150,000
came from from state government. 100. It's $100,000. Then the state
gave.
Then the everybody gave. That's a lot of them. They keep coming, you know, and they're still coming. Till tomorrow, we can hear some private sector still doling out the cash. But what a month she's had, what a year she's had. Like I said, whether win lose, I know that other goalkeepers who are fantastic. Cole of Barcelona. There's this lady Hampton who just won the Euros as well with England. Yeah. Everybody thought, can she step up for the pace? Can she take the role of this lady who retired? Who, because she lost her first choice. I'm trying to remember the name of the goalkeeper who was the Mac Elb. She was the best goalkeeper last time when she dropped. And come on, she stood up. So I know there's competition there. See, win or lose, man. Chiamaka is a winner for us. The first goalkeeper from Africa to make it there.
Female goalkeeper.
From Africa to make it there. Yeah. Fantastic.
Well, let's go to the coach of the year, where our own Justine Madugu is also there. Even though it's gonna be a tall order, but we must give Madugu his flowers. You know,
please. I'll let Shakari praise this.
What a year, Madugu.
Please pour some praise on him. Praise.
Madugu will go against Sonia
Bombosta, Chelsea.
Bombosta, I beg your pardon. Otto Elias.
Yeah.
Rennes Aguirre and
Serena Wagman of England.
Three Lions. And the Three Lions, she was fantastic also. But
she's won 4 out of.
I think this category is quite tricky. For Wegman, she's got just 1 trophy with the Three Lionesses of England. But for the Chelsea coach, she's won 3.
Yeah.
She won 3 titles.
But failed to win the Champions League.
Which has eluded Chelsea
for a long
time. That's not Madugu, coach of the year.
In not really easy. For a manager,
I'm not mistaken, the first Nigerian coach ever.
For a manager, not a lot of persons been believing. We know how we be for this part of the world. We most of us feel like as much as we be Nigerian, some people feel like a foreigner has to be in that position of managing and all of that. But really little belief and really little confidence they had in him. We saw how the preparations for even the AFCON they went to, the WAFCON rather, wasn't the best. We saw how terrible it was. A lot of things that happened, a lot of unfortunate circumstances. Yeah. But regardless, he still kept his calm and he kept his cool. When the tournament started, most persons been they talk say, these girls know they really play like say they go really go anywhere for the tournament. But he just came out and then he surprised us. He looks like a man that knew what he was doing. He showed us that obviously he knew what he was doing. And then till tomorrow I go still talk whatever he said in the dressing room at the halftime of that WAFCON's finals. Whatever he did say, I don't know what he said. Whether not threatening those girls. Whether I don't know what he did to them, whether he laid them and flogged them, I don't know. But I mean, it should be studied, right? It should be a course in Nigerian universities.
But I want to give kudos to. I want to give kudos to. So I will come to that very soon, which I think again, you know my take on Justin. I don't want to blow it over his trumpet, and then another day I get itches in my ears. Kudos to people like Shakari Praise, to people like you, Ostas. I think for the way we promoted the WAFCON, because this one showed something. We have had WAFCON during Ballon d'Or year, and the winner of the WAFCON has never made it to the Ballon d'Or coach of the year. So the media has helped the hype, the Mission X hype here from Nigeria, the coverage of the Women's African Cup of Nations as well. So kudos to all of us. I think it's a win for all of us here, the media here in Nigeria. Kudos to all of us here at Answer Studios who did the full coverage of the WAFCON as well, and for all our fans who also followed up throughout the course of the tournament as well. So for me, the buzz around the WAFCON. That is the result.
I don't even think.
I don't think no WAFCON had this buzz like this.
I don't think the Super Eagles have even had
this kind of buzz.
I don't think they have.
The Mission X was ringing bells, even in different. I was also giving in higher platforms.
I saw them.
The guys
behind it were also fantastic. And the NFF for giving them enabling
platform.
environment to
Yeah.
also thrive. I hope the Super
And
Eagles. I know when they even talk Super Eagles, they
let's
itch me
even
for
give
years
let's
because-
give the appreciation for that to the management of Azar Studios, down to God's will, favor, everybody behind the scenes.
Behind Mission X.
Absolutely, you know, these guys
Their
were so
own way.
fantastic. So for me, at the end of the day, it's a win for all. I thought it was a win for all of us. Just Madugu, whether I love or not, should be grateful to the media
Yeah.
because we made the noise and he will get the prize. Win again or lose for Justin
Whether
Madugu.
or not he wins it,
he's
the
a
fact
winner.
saying don't do there,
Yeah,
most persons will
absolutely.
be like, "Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Who is this Justin?"
This
Madugu
is
guy?"
fine. This is fine suit.
I
The
mean-
picture of the WAFCON final was what they used.
That's
fight suit.
That's his the AFCON role.
It just tells you that
the
he's
Super Falcons
won the
role.
coach of the year, CAF coach of
Yeah,
the year.
right.
automatically.
The Super Fal-
Easily,
the
you know?
no argument.
No argument.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Super Falcons na in first official job
Yes.
as managing
No,
his
yeah.
team.
Full time.
Come on.
I mean, that's
He has
They have to with league, but
With the league, but
women
yeah,
football, that's the
yes,
first
yeah,
full time. Yeah.
But of course, congratulations to Justine Madugu, congratulations to Chiamaka, Nnadozie, and
Nnadozie.
congratulations to everybody, all Africans who have also made the Ballon d'Or, including Cyril Grassi and of course Mo Salah. Unfortunately for Mo Salah, it could have been his year up until January.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a Mo
It
Salah year.
capitulated.
But then they lost to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League quarterfinals. They lost to Newcastle
Newcastle,
United
yeah.
in the Carabao Cup
Cup
final.
final.
Dented everything Liverpool worked for, and the Premier League title might not be enough,
Not be
even though
enough.
his numbers were fantastic for him to win that Ballon d'Or and become only the second African player since,
do so.
of course, George
Openware,
Openware,
yeah.
who won it last, of course, the former president
Of
of
Liberia.
Liberia, who won it while he was playing for AC
Milan.
Milan in the year 1996, if I'm not
96, yes,
mistaken,
you're right.
when, of course, Openware won the Ballon d'Or. But for the guys, let me ask you in one word. Your top three for the Ballon d'Or. Your top three.
You'd have asked me this question. I'll prepare for it. I need to get my
Your top three.
Usman Dembele.
One. Is that a particular order?
Yes, in that order. Usman Dembele, Rafinha. Rafinha had a fantastic season. Usman Dembele, Rafinha. The third person, I don't really know.
Lamine Yamal.
No.
No.
Yamal not to the top three?
No.
Nope.
not from-
Not at all.
Why?
Yamal, no now.
He will win the Copper.
Come on,
the
no,
Copper
no, no,
Trophy.
no.
Young under
Not
21.
to
Come
the
on
top
now.
three for Lamine
He will
Yamal?
win the Copper
No.
Trophy 21.
No.
That's where he belongs.
So who is the third person?
Who be the third person now? You can't make me want to crack my head now.
I'll go with Usman Dembele as the winner. I think he'll win it. It's his year. What a year he's had. Everything he touches turned to gold except Chelsea. Chelsea turned his gold to bronze or brass.
Volcano.
Touch
Touch it, burn out.
Absolutely. So sad.
So
But
Usman
Usman
Dembele.
Dembele will win it. Second will be, I want to go with how Achraf Hakimi. I think he's done well enough to be in the top three. I don't know in what order. And then maybe Mohamed Salah.
Wow. The guys in the studio have spoken, and surprisingly, there's no Lamine Yamal for them in their top three. Now, who do you think will be your own top three for the Ballon d'Or? Let's hear from you in the comment section. For Shekari, he's gone with Usman Dembele as winner, Rafinha as second, even though he's undecided who finished third, but for him, there's absolutely no place. For Barcelona young and superstar Lamine Yamal. For Nonto Arinze, we also agree with him a little bit. Of course, Usman Dembele, Achraf Hakimi, who's got a fantastic season, who I also think should be named CAF Player of the Year. And of course, his third player is
Mohamed Salah. I don't know,
Mohamed
just
Salah.
for the sake of it,
Surprisingly, maybe because of the numbers for the top three. But one thing is common for both players. There is no place in the top three for Lamine Yamal. Football Tempo brought to you by Azar Studios.